Good morning. Welcome to our practice today for the Yin and Yang yoga. And let's take a moment for us to arrive into our mat. Welcome yourself into your mat. And sit in a comfortable position, your legs crossed, Uttanasana, in a lotus. You can sit on your heels, you can sit on a pillow, on a bolster, on a block. Just try to find a way that you can easily maintain your spine neutral without much effort. And then see if you can have your chin parallel to the floor. Take your shoulders up, then to the back, and then take them all the way down. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Place your hands onto your thighs, onto your knees. Close your eyes for a moment. And let's take a moment of stillness in your body. So try to avoid any intention and move. Completely settle down. And then try to find stillness in your mind. Try to have this to-do list for later, all those unnecessary thoughts. Put them on a standby, just there outside for a moment. And then take this opportunity just to connect with your body, connect with your mind. And use your breathing as a bridge for mindfulness practice. So let's draw your attention into your breathing and start by lengthening your inhale and your exhale. Deeply inhale and exhale. Breathing in and out through your nose. Start drawing your attention into your physical body and start noticing the foundation on your sit bones. They are grounded into your mat, into your pillow, into your bolster block. And with every inhalation, claim space between your vertebrae. Lengthening your spine up toward the sky. And with every exhale, return to your foundation. And with your inhale, lengthen your spine. Maybe get in touch with your Mula Bandha and your Uddiyana Bandha with a very gentle, really subtle, very relaxed engagement on your pelvic floor and your core. Very gentle. Stay connected with your breathing during the whole practice. Especially in our Yin segment. See if you can really maintain that connection with your breathing. During our Yang segment, let's try to synchronize the breathing with the movements. Now open your eyes, maintain your gaze soft. And then slowly bring your arms overhead, inhale. And exhale, lower your right arm towards the floor. And then just crawl away, walk away with your fingers. Soften your right elbow and lean over to your right side. And just feel now the lengthening of the left side of your body, opening the rib cage of the left side. Inhale, and then exhale, gently turn toward your right side. See if you can place your left hand all the way down to the floor. Inhale, go back with both arms overhead. Exhale, lower your left hand to the floor, crawl away, walk away with your fingers, soften your left elbow, lean over to your left side. Now you feel those intercostal muscles on your right side, lengthening and opening. Inhale one more time, and exhale, turn to your left, see if you can place your right hand on the floor. Excellent. And then inhale, go back to the center, both arms all the way overhead. And exhale, cactus your arms, lower your arms down towards the floor. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, cactus one more time. Inhale, interlace your fingers, the palm of your hands are facing up toward the sky. Exhale, bring your arms about in front of your heart center, round your spine. Tucking your tailbone under, so round your spine. Inhale, coming up. One more time, exhale, try to make yourself really round. Inhale. And exhale, gently release your hands down towards the floor. Now let's find our way into our all fours. So, table pose. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders, spread your fingers. Try to press gently firm onto the floor with every corner of the palm of your hand, and also with the finger pads, so with the fingertips pressing down onto the floor. Beautiful. Your knees should be nice underneath your hips. Let's go for some circled movements with your hips, going to the right first, and then lower down towards your heels. And then come onto your left, and once you reach your wrist, gently come forward, and then to the right, and complete once more a circle. So we're just giving mobility to your hips, but also to your wrist, to start warming up and giving some space also when you go to the back. Okay, reverse the circle. So go first to the right, come forward, reaching over your hands and further to the front. Go to your left and come and sit. Let's do this one more time, really gentle to your body. Always respect the sensations in your body. Excellent. This is the last one. And then gently release and go back into neutral position. Beautiful. Let's do a few rounds of cat and cow. So you're going to inhale. You're going to drop your belly. You take your tailbone up toward the sky. Your chest goes to the front. Your collarbone is coming forward. Maybe look to the front mind and listen to the compression of your cervical spine. Some people can go and look up, but just feel what is right for you. And then exhale, round your spine, tuck in your tailbone under. So basically you energize your core muscles. And then your chin goes to your chest, and maybe you can look to your belly button. Nice. And then inhale one more time, drop your belly for this cow pose. Synchronize the movement with the breath. And then exhale, round your spine, tucking your tailbone under. And this time I'm going to hold it right here. Bring more awareness onto your core for a moment. Stay strong. Observe what is happening with your hands. If you are pressing evenly with both hands onto the floor. Sometimes we tend to press with one hand more than with the other. So try to find the equanimity on both. And then go back into neutral. This time you're going to tuck in your toes under and take your knees off the floor about 10 centimeters. And then you're going to inhale and exhale. You're going to press with your hands down onto the floor, maintain your arms straight and sit back toward your heels. So your chest comes down onto the floor. Open your knees sideways. They're pointed to the sides. Beautiful. And then inhale, go back into this floating table. Exhale, sit back, opening your knees sideways, pressing evenly with both hands. Try to maintain this equanimity onto your body. And then go back into inhale, floating. And then exhale, lifting your hips up toward the sky. Bending your right knee. Then drop your right heel onto the floor. Inhale, both heels up. Bend your right knee and lower your left heel on to the floor. Inhale, both heels are coming up, round your spine and come up into a plank position. If it's too much for you, you can lower your knees onto the floor. Otherwise, stay with me for a moment into the plank for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and then lower your knees onto the floor. Hug your elbows in, and then come up all the way down with your chest onto the floor. Untuck your toes. Now you're gonna take your hands off the mat, wide, cupping your fingers, so you got on your fingertips, and then you elevate your elbows up toward the sky. You're gonna inhale into a medium cobra, and you bend your right knee. And now try to look over to your right shoulder. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up into a medium cobra, bending your left knee and look over to your left shoulder. Exhale, lower down. Let's do the same on both legs. So inhale, medium cobra, bending both legs. Exhale, lower down. One more time, inhale. Exhale, lower down, beautiful. Hands are coming underneath your shoulders. Once they're underneath your shoulders, hug your elbows in and give me a very gentle and small step to the back with your hands to line up your elbows with your wrist, tucking your toes underneath. Come up onto your knees this time and inhale, lift up, and then exhale, take your hips up toward the sky into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Let's take a moment here. You can pedal, you can wiggle, anything you need to do. Stay connected with your core, with your Mula Bandha and your Uddiyana Bandha. In the downward facing dog, we are looking at your belly button, dristi to your navel. Beautiful. And let's just take a moment in a downward facing dog. Find your own full expression of your downward dog. What is feel right for you. Just make sure there is no tension in your neck, so you can and lower your head. Beautiful. Bend your knees. Look into your hands. We're gonna crisscross. We're gonna go on zigzag, walking towards the front of the mat. So take all the steps you want to, step by step. If you need to bend your knees to do so, please do so. Once you find your hands, your big toes are together, your heels slightly apart. And let's see if you can soften your knees and maybe plant your hands onto the floor, line up your fingers with your toes for a moment. And then by the exhalation, inhale, and then exhale, see if you can extend your legs, maintain your hands maybe onto the floor, and look completely onto your knees. So the crown of your head is pointed to your toes. Soften your knees, inhale. One more time, exhale, maybe you can extend your legs, keep your hands on the floor if it's available. If it's not available, please listen to your body and just hold your shins or your calf muscles, the back of your thighs, whatever goes easier for you. Soften your knees, engage your core muscles, and then slowly roll all the way up into a standing position. One vertebra at a time. Beautiful. At the end, roll your shoulders to the back. Your chin goes parallel to the floor. You want to have a posterior tilt of your pelvis, so you automatically engage your glutes. There is a gentle angle with your pelvis to the back, so you release any tension and compression into your sacrum region, which is the lower spine. So maintain that relaxed and flat. So let's go into a Surya Namaskara classic, Sun Salutation classic. Inhale where you are in Tadasana. Exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart center. Maybe set an intention for your practice. And then inhale, bring your arms overhead into Urdhva Hastasana, tall mountain. In this one, we're going to go for a gentle back bend and look up toward the sky. In the next exhalation, forward fold. Try to line up your biceps, your arms with your ears. Straight lining with your back. Forward fold for Uttanasana. Line up your fingers with your toes if it's available. Remember, you have your big toes together, your heels slightly apart. Step with your right foot to the back. Lower your right knee, onto the floor, and tuck your toes for a low lunge. The first thing you want to have a look is that your left knee stays on top of your ankle. Inhale, bring your arms overhead into a crescent moon. Let's stay here for a moment to exhale and deepen your right hip onto the floor. Left knee stays on top. Relax your shoulders, maybe looking up if it's available for you. Inhale. And exhale, lower down your hands onto the floor, frame your left foot. Tucking your toes under from your right and step into a plank position with your feet together. Inhale. Now you're going to hug your elbows in, lower your knees onto the floor, Ashtanga Namaskara. Lower down, chest, chin onto the floor. Hug your elbows in. So you want to maintain your hips elevated. And tuck your toes. Gently rolling your shoulders to the back while you come into Bhujangasana Cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, tucking your toes under. You can come onto your knees or straight into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Your feet up together. So you want to energize your quadriceps, the front of your thighs, to protect your hamstring, which are the back of your thighs. Engage your core muscles and step with your right foot between your hands. Lower your left knee onto the floor and tuck your toes. Come up onto your fingertips and lifting your chest forward and maybe looking up. Inhale. Make sure your right knee stays on top of your ankle. Make a small adjustments if you have to. And then exhale, tucking your toes under from your left. Energize your right leg and step to the front with your left next to the right. Uttanasana, forward fold. Engage your core muscles, your thighs, and come up gently into Urdhva Hastasana, tall mountain. Line up your arms with your biceps, your back straight and all the way up with a gentle back bend. Bring your hands in front of your heart center, Angelina Mudra. Bring your arms by your side. Inhale. Exhale, hands in front of your heart center. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Maintain that posterior tilt of your pelvis. And gently back extension. Open your chest up toward the sky. Exhale. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Maintain, line up your arms, your back, all the way down into your Uttanasana. Stepping with your left foot to the back, lower your left knee onto the floor and tuck your toes, low lunge. Right knee stays on top of your ankle. Rise up into Crescent Moon, inhale. And exhale to find this juicy sensation onto your left hip joint, to your hip flexors. Inhale. And then exhale, lower down your hands onto the floor. Frame your right foot. Fingers line up with your toes in this moment. Tucking your toes under from your left. And bring your right foot next to the left, so your feet are together. And from here, you lower your knees, chest, chin onto the floor. Hug your elbows in. Maintain your hips elevated for Ashtanga Namaskara. And tuck your toes. Roll your shoulders to the back while you come into your Bhujangasana Cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower down for Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take your time, leaving your knees onto a plank and lifting your hips up towards the sky. This time your feet are together. Dristi to your navel, so you are looking at your belly button. Energize the front of your thighs. Press down evenly with both hands onto the floor. Make sure there is no tension in your neck. Stepping with your left foot between your hands. Lower your right knee onto the floor. First alignment tip, knee on top of your ankle. And tuck your toes. Come up onto your fingertips. Inhale, lifting your chest, coming forward with your chest and maybe looking up. And then exhaling, tucking your toes under from your right foot and come up with your right foot next to the left, Uttanasana, forward fold. Rise up, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, energize. With a gentle back bend. And exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart center. Back into your Tadasana, mountain pose. Excellent. Inhale, energize, create a strong foundation onto your right foot. Bring your left knee up, inhale. And then exhale, see if you can extend your left leg into standing step. Bend your knee, lower your arms down towards the floor, and then visualize a crescent lunge. So slowly step back all the way with your left foot onto the floor, checking your alignment that your right knee stays on top of your ankle. And then you're going to inhale, bring your arms overhead. And exhale, swing the arms to the back and energize the back leg. So the left knee, the back of your left knee is pressing up toward the sky. So the left leg is super strong, your right knee on top. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. So you're going to turn gently, lowering your left heel onto the floor. Turn to your left. Create this 90-degree angle with your left foot. Line up the right heel, your heel of your right foot, with the arch of your left. Lower your arms shoulder level. Stock your shoulders over your hips. Activating the 3 points of every foot onto the floor. Those are the foundation for our standing poses. Always visualize strong foundation on every foot. So your left foot is pressing really down onto the floor, especially the outer edge of your left foot now is strong onto the mat. Make sure right knee stays on top. Inhale, let's transition a very gentle way. Palms up, forward, up to the sky. Inhale, extending your right leg and come up into your heel. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart center. Gently soften your knee and back into warrior two. Looking up to your right hand. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. So you come onto your right heel, right leg straight. Exhale, gently going back to warrior two. Inhale, extend both legs. Left arm goes up to the sky. Exhale, open into warrior two. One more time. Inhale, extend your right leg. Left goes up. Exhale, warrior two. Beautiful. Now this time you're going to take your right arm up toward the sky. Your left arm goes down toward the sky. Bend your right elbow. Place your left hand behind your neck or just in the upper back. Maybe we can connect your hands behind your back. Maybe interlace your fingers if it's available. Just connecting your fingers. Maybe you can use a belt to help yourself up. And then gently maintain the opening and leaning backwards into a reverse warrior. Nice and strong. And just feel the opening of the right side of the rib cage. Breathe through it. Excellent. Release your arms. And this time you're going to circle all the way around. So left arm goes up, right arm goes down. Bend your left elbow. See if you can connect your hands behind your back. Open your chest. Inhale and exhale, side angle. Keep your chest open to the left. Make sure that both legs are active. And then release your arms. Inhale into warrior two. And exhale, turn to the side of your mat, to your left. Prasarita Padottanasana D. So we're going to use the peace fingers, which are your mid finger and your index finger. Create a hook with them. Inhale. And then exhale, gently lower down toward your feet, your hands, and see if you can hold your big toe with your peace fingers. Inhale to come up halfway lengthen, look at your third eye. And then exhale, engage your core muscles, activate your quadriceps, and come down with the crown of your head all towards the floor. Your elbows are bending sideways. Now inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, side lunge to the front of your mat. Now either stay here or just bring your hands in front of your heart center. See if you can have your left foot pointed towards the sky. And maybe you can have your right heel on the floor or not, which is also fine. You can have also your right heel elevated. If that is what you feel right for you, please do so. Now, either place your hands on the floor or transition with your hands in front of your heart center to the back of your mat. Into another side lunge. And feel the sensations in your body. Now you're going to turn slowly to the back of your mat. Excellent. Now from here, you're going to lift your left leg up. Inhale, lifting into a three-leg dog. And then exhale, either wait for me into a downward facing dog so you can lower your left foot next to the right, or you can join me into vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So if you were waiting for me into a downward facing dog, let's stay here for a moment. And then slowly soften your knees, look at your hands, and let's once more crisscross, walking forward in zigzag. Over your hands. Inhale, halfway lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Soften your knees and let's go all the way up. Rise up one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. At the end, roll your shoulders to the back into your Tadasana. Create a strong foundation on your left foot. And then inhale, bring your right knee up, arms overhead. Either stay here or coming to a standing staff with me, extending your right leg and hold. Beautiful. Bend your knee. Step to the back into a crescent lunge. Control way. Beautiful. Make sure your left knee stays on top of your ankle. Inhale into a crescent lunge. Astachandrasana. Exhale, swing the arms to the back and create this diagonal with your body. A strong line of energy. Chase that energy from the heel of the right foot all the way up to the crown of your head. Inhale into a crescent lunge. And exhale, realign yourself for warrior two. So you open your hips to your right. And then check the alignment of your feet, that the heel of your left foot is in a straight line with the arch of your right foot. Right foot is parallel to the back, to the front of your mat in this case. Left knee on top of your ankle. Tuck your shoulders over your hips. Now you're going to flip your hands up toward the sky. Inhale, extending your left leg and come up onto your left heel. Exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart center and back into your warrior two. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's circle that right arm up, left arm down. Inhale. And then exhale to open. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now you're going to take your left arm up toward the sky. Inhale. Right arm goes up. Bend your left elbow and see if you can connect your hands behind your back. Open your chest. Inhale into a reverse warrior and exhale to deepen. It doesn't matter how far you go. We're not looking for how deep we go. We are looking for sensations. So what is happening on the left side of your rib cage? What is happening with your left knee? Maybe you can deepen a little bit more. A strong back leg. Both legs, both feet are active into your mat. Release your arms. Inhale. The right arm goes up toward the sky. Left arm goes down. And then bend your right elbow, connecting your hands behind your back if it's available for you. Inhale. Exhale, side angle. Try to maintain your chest open to your right side. And then gently release. Inhale. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana. One more time, D. So your peace fingers, inhale. Exhale, come down toward your toes. Remember your feet are now parallel, so your heels are behind your toes. Inhale, halfway lengthen, and exhale, forward fold. Elbows are going sideways. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, side lunge to the back of your mat. So you go onto your left side this time. Once more, bring your hands in front of your heart center. See if you can point your right foot up toward the sky or not. So try to stay low and transition to the front of your mat. And then turn to the front of your mat. Lifting your right leg up, inhale into a three-legged dog, and then either stay here, either lower down your right foot next to the left into a downward dog, or come with me into Vinyasa. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Now from here, we're going to start our sequence of Yin Yoga. You're going to walk with your hands backwards toward your feet. Stay here for a moment and let me walk a bit to the front so you can see clearly. So you walk with your hands toward your feet. The palm of your hands are going to be facing up or down, whatever is easier for you. You can soften your knees if you feel it's better for you. And allow yourself to be completely surrendered into our first let's call it waterfall asana. Connecting with your breathing. Now let's go a little bit into a little bit of scanning your body. So make sure there is no tension in your neck. Allow your arms completely to be released without any effort. Make sure the muscles in your face are relaxed. Now let's go into your feet. Try to create an even foundation on both feet. Sometimes we lean more onto the right or onto the left. So let's just recognize, let's find this uneven and take the measures to make it even. Now let's feel the sensations of the balance. What is happening? Am I leaning too much to the back? Too much to the front? Try to find this center sensation. Try to find this relaxation feeling into this asana, where you can completely let go any effort, any muscular effort. So we don't use the muscles at all, but we just completely surrender into it. Maybe close your eyes and see what is the difference. Observe your breathing. And then slowly plant your hands onto the floor. And let's walk back into our downward facing dog. Very gentle. Make the proper adjustments for your alignment. Beautiful. I'm going to lift your right leg up, inhale. And then exhale, you're going to bring your right foot outside of your right hand. Lower your left knee onto the floor. Now, we have different options here. I have a bolster, or blocks, or a pillow, or not. So you need to listen to your body. What is what you need today? So either you stay on your hands, with your hands are underneath your shoulder, your right knee on top of your ankle. So let's go into a few different steps today. Make sure your left heel is lined up with your left hip. And then what I want you to do from here is to place your right hand onto your right knee. Maybe come with to the outer edge of your right foot. And then open your chest toward the sky. So it's a twist onto the asana, but also we are deepening into your left hip joint. Your left hip flexors are nice and stretching also. Feel and listen to the sensations. If there is too much discomfort on your left knee, you can place a blanket, towel underneath. Just make sure there is no tension countering the sensation, trying to really let go. Now this is our first space to be. If it's available for you, you can gently rotate deeper and see if you can turn both feet to your right side. So I am on the outer edge of the top or top of my left foot. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Maybe I'm gonna show you a little bit more obvious. So I'm gonna come a little bit to the front and just look at what is happening with my left foot. So the left foot is pointed all the way outside. All right? I'm deepening my hip towards the floor and then opening my chest more to my right side. Excellent. If not, just go back to a gentle initial pose. So you decide what is best for you today, okay? You have those two options. This is option number one. Observe your breathing. Just observe the quality of your breathing, if it's too fast, if it's too shallow. Work on it. Excellent. So bring your hands, both hands onto the floor on the inside of your right foot, tucking your toes under, and then gently step back with your right foot, and then open up with your hands, and the hands underneath your shoulders, tucking your toes under, and elevate your hips up toward the sky. Maybe find yourself into a downward dog. Check for any tension in the neck. Lifting your left leg up, inhale. And then exhale, step with your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Lower your right knee onto the floor and tuck your toes. So again, you can, if it's too low between your hands, you can always use a bolster or blocks so you can find your sensation onto your right hip joint, into your hip flexors. Alright, so from here you're going to place your left hand onto your left thigh, left knee, and then maybe gently twist over to your left and deepen your right hip onto the floor. Let's stay here for a moment before we move on into the second option. Try to understand what is happening. So when you move into the second option, then you really see clearly what is happening and what is best for you. So the second option, if you look at me no, you don't have to, just try to listen to me. Try to lower completely the outer edge of your right foot onto the floor. So both feet are pointed to your left. And now you deepen even more that opening of the hip joints. But if this is too intense for you, you can always go back into our first option. It's much less intense. And just twist and open. Observe your breathing. And then place your hands back onto the floor, tucking your toes under from your right. Maybe heel toe your left foot on the side of your hands, and then stepping out into a downward facing dog. Lower your knees onto the floor. And then come down, sit with your legs straight. Come to the front of your mat. Excellent. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. And exhale, engage your core muscles and lower one vertebra at a time all the way down to the floor. Take your knees onto your chest. Open your arms to the side. Inhale. And exhale, lower both knees over to your right. Gaze into your left side. This is just a transition. So you do not stay here for a long time. Just to loosen up a little bit. Inhale, go back to the center. And exhale, lower your knees to your left. Gaze to your right. Back to the center, and lower your feet onto the floor. Find your way into your Shavasana. extending your arms, extending your legs. Take a little bit wide your arms and legs. Allow your feet to drop to the sides. I recommend for you to stay, if you have the time or the space, for a little bit longer into your Shavasana. Give time to your body, to your mind to just absorb, understand your practice of this morning. So take a moment of 5, even to 10 minutes if you have it for yourself. About me, I just say goodbye and I thank you so much for your practice with me today. I wish you a fantastic week coming and stay positive. Thank you so much and namaste.